Good evening, everyone. Today is the 11th of July, Monday evening, and I'm preparing this for tomorrow morning, the 12th of July, Tuesday morning. Well, my experience has been, I'm 68 years old, and my experience has been that people just don't want to be accountable for their actions anymore. And one way they get around being accountable is not setting their voicemail up. They only want to have one-way communication with people. They don't want to have two-way communication. And that's why I've reverted back. Even though I have to spend a significant amount of money for a landline, that's why I don't even like calling people on my cell phone. Because I don't want my cell phone loaded with voicemails, and then people not being able to get a hold of me because I didn't clear them out. And I check my cell phone my landline voicemail 2 or 3 times a day. You say, well, what does that have to do with this devotional? It has a lot to do with it, because people don't want to be accountable. They don't want to be reciprocal. And most people are thinking only about themselves. We're living in a very self-centered world. And there's also a heightened amount of lying in our culture. And I can tell you, by being in the rental business, renting out rental property, that in the going on 13 years I've been in the rental business, the last year I've had to contend with more lying and cheating and stealing from my tenants than all the other years combined. And so I'm seeing the height of immorality and the height of debauchery, and also within my own family I see ethical challenges. You call up and people slam the phone down on you. And so this is what's going on in our society. In the 24th chapter of Matthew, it says that many will be offended. Well, I'm highly offended. In fact, members of my family right now. And I hope they hear this message. I hope they know that I'm highly offended. My dad would be turning over in his grave if he knew how my brother and sister were treating me right now. Literally. Well, we have the promise of God, though. Scripture says that we have a friend that sticks closer than a brother. And I'm glad that's the case. But my brother and I have not been that close for the last 25 years. He's gone down a different road than I have traveled. Exodus 33:14, my presence shall go with thee, and I will give thee rest. Be strong and of good courage. Fear not, nor be afraid of them. For the Lord thy God, it is that doth go with thee. He will not fail thee, nor forsake thee. The Lord, it is that doth go before thee. He will be with thee. He will not fail thee, neither forsake thee. Fear not, neither be dismayed. Have I not commanded thee? Be strong and of good courage. Be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed, for the Lord thy God is with thee whithersoever thou goest. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. He has said, I will never leave thee nor forsake thee. so that we may boldly say, the Lord is my helper, and I will not fear what man shall do unto me. Our sufficiency is of God. Lead us not into temptation, O Lord. I know that the way of man is not in himself. It is not in man that walketh to direct his steps. My times are in thy hand. I just read from Exodus 33:14, Deuteronomy 31:6 and 8, Joshua 1:9, Proverbs 3:6, Hebrews 13:5 and 6, 2 Corinthians 3:5, Matthew 6:13, Jeremiah 10:23, and Psalm 31:15. Well, we are living in some very perilous times. Christ said this is what we were going to see. Face the debauchery in our society, I can't believe what comes in my spam box in my email, to the tune of about 20 or 30 a day that I have to go on there and delete. You know, Satan is on a leash. Have you ever thought about that? Satan is on a leash, like a dog. He can only go so far, and then God will restrain him. And Satan cannot do anything without God giving him so much leash. And the Bible says that, remember when Adam and Eve were cast out of the garden? There was an angel placed there so they wouldn't go back into the garden with a flaming torch to keep them out of the garden. Well, God has his angels to protect his elect from too much sabotage. God can put a restraining hand on evil from attacking us. Sometimes he'll loose the restraint for a while and cause us to go through testing and trials, but then he says enough is enough, and that's what he did with Job. His own wife turned on Job and said, curse God and die. Job's 3 friends came up and harassed him for several days. Have you gone through a Job experience? I have gone through several in my lifetime. And it's pretty sad when you can't even go to your own mother and father's funeral because of the fraudulent garbage that's put out by these three-wheelers, you know. But anyway, I want to encourage those tonight that God has got Satan on a leash. And one of these days, God is going to say, enough is enough is enough. And he's going to cut it off. It says, for the elect's sake, those days will be shortened. So be encouraged. Look out for our redemption draws nigh. God bless. Good morning, everyone. Today is the 11th of July, 2020. And Mark is ready to read from us from the 20th chapter of Proverbs. Hope you all are having a good Tuesday morning. This afternoon, Mark and I will be continuing our study in the book. Well, actually, we're starting a new book. We're starting in Colossians today. So later on today, that will be posted on our social media platforms as well with sermon audio. 20th chapter of Proverbs. Wine is a mocker, strong drink is rage, and whosoever perceived thereby is not wise. The fear of the king is the roaring of a lion. Whoso provoketh him to anger sins against his own soul. It is honor for a man to cease from strife. Every fool will be meddling. Sluggard will not plow by reason of the cold, therefore shall he beg, and harvest to have nothing. Counsel in the heart of man is like deep water, but a man of understanding will draw it out. Most men will proclaim every one his own goodness, but the faithful man who can find. The just man walks in his integrity, his children are blessed after him. The king that sitteth on the throne of judgment scattereth away all evil with his eyes. Who can say, I have made my heart clean, I am pure from my sin? Divers weights and divers measures, both of them are alike abomination to the Lord. Even the child is known by his doings, whether his work be pure and whether it be right. The hearing ear and the seeing eye, the Lord hath made even both of them. Love not sleep, lest thou come to poverty. Open thine eyes, and thou shalt be satisfied with bread. It is not, saith the biter, but when he is gone his way, that he boasteth. There is gold, a multitude of rubies, and depths of knowledge are a precious jewel. Take his garment, that is surety for a stranger, and take pledge of him for a strange woman. Bread of deceit is sweet to a man, but afterwards his mouth should be filled with gravel. Every purpose is established by counsel, with good advice make war. He that goeth about as a talebearer revealeth secrets. Therefore meddle not with him that flattereth his lips. Whoso curses his father or his mother, his lamp should put out in obscure darkness. And the inheritance may be gotten hastily at the beginning, but the end thereof shall not be blessed. Say not thou, I recompense evil, but wait on the Lord, and he shall save thee. Diver weights are an abomination unto the Lord, and a false balance is not good. Men's goings are of the Lord, how can a man understand his own way? The snare is the man who devoureth that which is holy, and after vows to make inquiry. A wise king scattereth the wicked, and bringeth a weal over them. The spirit of man is the candle of the Lord, searching all the inward parts of the belly. Mercy and truth preserves the king, and his throne is upholden by mercy. Glory of young men is their strength, and beauty of old men is the gray head. Blueness of the womb cleanses away evil, so do stripes the inward parts of the belly. Yeah.